Sometimes we forget why we're here. It's easy to fall off track. These help us remember.
These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Growing up I had a dream, something no one else could see. Tell me what it means when your faith is falling beneath your knees and you can't breathe. Everything you see reminds you of what you're not or something you won't be. You gotta take what you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in a business. Not because they wanna do it, just because they heard it pays. And who the fuck wants to be poor knowing that's how we've been raised? Society is getting heavy, I can feel the weight. The pressure of success is like 100 million pounds of shame. And that's the reason I'm staying up late, trying to find a way to escape the stereotypes this day and age is making me feel like the only way I'll be happy is getting signed to a label and making money through rapping. I wanna share my emotion because this world is attacking the very principle of life that lets the people be happy. If you don't have a reason to breathe, why even live? These battle scars are impressions of everything that it is.
Scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
Now if I had a voice that reached 100 million people, I'd tell them there's a reason that we're all created equal. Cause some decide to be great and some decide a sequel to an average person's life is simply what they want to be. So you make your decision, all I know is what I'm given won't define the life I lead or the way I dwell in existence. I've seen a greater image on the walls of where I'm living, and the words twisted and scripted remind me of something written. Faith is a gift that is given down to the people. If one believes it, one receives it. It's given if it is needed. Don't ever think you're trapped in a life that you never wanted. Your options are infinite, that's some mathematical logic. I'm not saying I'm a prophet, I'm speaking for what it's worth. These lyrics define my prayers and these battle scars on my church. Not saying I'm a prophet, I'm speaking for what it's worth. These lyrics define my prayers, these battle scars on my church.
Scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battle scars don't look like they're faded, don't look like they're ever gone away. They ain't never gonna change. These battles.
I wasn't sure if the camera was going to come on. Well, hello everyone, how are you doing? I know this is a late show. It's been a busy night. I had a historical meeting earlier that went a little late. Then I had some bylaw stuff to do. But I promised content today, so content you have. Tomorrow it'll probably be a late show again if I can do it because I have a convention oversight meeting. Yes, all work and no play does make Karen Ann a dull girl, but hopefully I won't be axing through bathroom doors. Like, if you got that reference, God bless you. Let's do the YouTube and Rumble stuff. Please go subscribe to me on Rumble. Again, everyone keeps saying, why are you supporting such a censorious platform? Because on videos that I get hundreds of views here for, and I know I'm a very small channel, I get 2 over there. I'm going to go where the viewers are. You know, you can't expect creators to support a more free market, free speech platform if the viewers aren't supporting it. Hello, Frank. How are you doing? It's been a spicy bylaws list today, hasn't it? But today's a very special show. I wanted to do this before, but I was waiting for some supplies. But before we get there, let me do my grifting, because this is the perfect show to grift on. Please support me on Patreon at patreon.com/Pink Flame of Liberty. I would appreciate it more than you could possibly know. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel and go to Rumble. Same channel name, Pink Flame of Liberty, and subscribe there. I would truly, truly appreciate it. And follow me on Twitter. I think the last time we spoke, I was at 15,900 followers. What was that, yesterday? I'm at now 16,100. Like, I'm on fire on Twitter, and I really do enjoy it. So please, right there. I'm sorry, I've got all these. I got to learn how to do this properly. There we go. Take that out of the background. Take this off. There we go. There we go. So please, I'm Karen Ann Harlos on Twitter. I would really appreciate it. I want to go grab a link that I had pulled up here. And we're going to do a little tribute video first before we get on to the main event. This is one of my favorite videos of all time. Let me take that off the screen. Let me hit the little globy globe here. Let me put in the widget name because I'm learning all the tricks on my software. Add widget overlay. Here
I don't believe the motion was in the form that the point of order was.
There was no motion.
So then the parliamentary inquiry is what was just done and what is the effect?
I think this body just ruled the removal of Karen Ann Harlos out of order.
That's just one of the greatest moments in Libertarian Party history as far as I'm concerned. Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one. But we're going to watch this clip one more time because now I want to point out some things to you if you haven't noticed it, because I'm sure all eyes were on Nick. We're going to play the clip one more time. Look behind him at Sam Whiplinger. Sam Whiplinger's the redheaded guy behind him, because the look on his face is just like, and he's going. And it's amazing. And then, of course, the guy in front who sees it on the screen and raises that sign. But an even bigger hero, and not all heroes wear capes, is the guy next to the guy with the sign who's going, who's doing the metal sign. And it's an older guy, so it's great. So don't pay attention to Nick. Pay attention to the guy doing the heavy metal sign and Sam in the background going, because it's fantastic. So let's put this widget back up.
I don't believe the motion was in the form that the point of order was.
There was no motion.
So then the parliamentary inquiry is what was just done and what is the effect?
I think this body just ruled the removal of Karen Ann Harlos out of order.
Oh, that was fantastic. I'm telling you, Sam was just classic, but then when I noticed the guy with the horns, I was just like, these are my people. These are my people. But let's get on to the main event. I was also trying to find the clip when I got to say, the chair is not entertaining your point of order, Mr. Sarwark. Microphone 1. But I couldn't find that one. So now let's just get to the main event. So I'm sure many of you got these. So it is this letter from the Libertarian Policy Institute. Now, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. Oh, and I wanted to answer the question, is it confirmed that NSArwark is an asset? Let me answer this straightforwardly. I do not believe that NSArwark is an asset. The whole thing with WikiLeaks, I believe him. Maybe I'm stupid. I believe him that he was on that list because he got a joke subscription to like an NSA type magazine as a joke from a relative. So I believe him. But let me just tell you, he couldn't act more like an asset if he were. But no, I do not believe he is an asset. I just word it that way because I think it's funny that those are the first 3 initials in his username on Twitter. His username on Twitter is NSArwark. So I just find it funny that those are the first 3 initials. But no, I do not believe Nick is an asset. So now that we got that out there, it's just a joke. For me, I know some people legitimately believe it, but I'm going to tell you a story at PorkFest. I think he gets off on the idea of people thinking he's an asset because at PorkFest, no lie. So when I was at PorkFest back in June of 2021, I'm talking on stage. I don't have good eyesight, so I don't see him, but he's in the back. And there's like these columns because we're under this pavilion. And he's in the back, like filming me, like he's the Project Veritas or something. So he's in the back filming me, like secretly, and darting from column to column. And he's got like one of those earpieces in, like Agent Smith from The Matrix, and he was just darting back and forth. Like you couldn't look more like frickin' CIA or FBI or whatever the hell if you tried. It was funny. And I knew something was going on in the back because I kept seeing people in the back row keep going. And it was hilarious when I watched afterwards. So I think he was but he's like filming me. And there was a professional camera there. So he filmed me and put me on his channel. And I guess he was expecting to get because he put something like, "Is this who you want as your secretary?" I should actually try to find this video. Because it would be funny because you could see the people darting around in the back. But I don't know what his channel is called. I think it's just called NSArwark. But since he was chair, it's called Nicholas Sarwark. So let's see if we can find the video he took of me at PorkFest. Okay, yeah, here it is. It is the weirdest thing. Okay, let me put this up on the screen. And I thanked him for putting it up because the professional video wasn't out for a while. But I want to put this on pause. So I was glad to have a recording. But you can tell from the recording that he's filming it like from the back of the room in secret. It's so weird. He is so weird. But let's pull this up. And I'm going to see if I can pull up the comments. Okay, hold on. Let's go to the beginning. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but
we had property stolen. We had our accounts frozen. We had hundreds of party members.
So you can see he's in the back of the room. This is very early in the morning. So there's plenty of room up front.
Security breaches, and libertarians were not moving on it, except one.
But you'll start to see people, and maybe we won't play it long enough.
So she went
like looking back, like, what the hell, dude, are you doing?
The counter. She documented what had happened, and
so
basically now we're in the clear. So one of my heroes is here today.
We're gonna let it just start, and then I'm gonna show you the comments.
Karen and Carlos, give a big round.
Is this? Oh, perfect. Well, hello everyone. I am
I'll probably end up getting emotional right away. I wear my heart in my sleeve, as all of you know, and that's kind of
Okay,
really
so
trouble.
you're not going to hear it well because,
I also wear my
again,
ass on my sleeve quite a
he's at
bit,
the back
too.
of the room. So let's just look at some of
But
these comments because, once again, he didn't get the reaction he did. I would really encourage you to go to the Free State Project and watch this video. I think this is the best speech I ever gave. If you ever seen that clip of me that says, let me just, we'll pull that back up. But if you ever seen that clip of me that said, and you dared to say a libertarian thing, and the libertarians were offended, it was from that speech. And that's also the same speech where I said, it's not enough to be it's not enough to be anti-New Hampshire. You must be actively anti-New Hampshire. But let's read the comments here because I don't think it's what he expected. I think there's a couple criticisms of me, but here's first comment. Great speech from Karen Ann. Thanks for recording. Thanks for taking the time to record and post this. Even with the wind noise, it's a decent recording of a good speech. A shining light in the Libertarian Party. Thank you for posting. Harlos the hero. Thought I'd never say this, but thanks, Nick. Best lady, please be good to her, right? We are so lucky to have her on the otherwise corrupt LNC. Thanks for the recording. So, and then there's one person who didn't agree that New Hampshire's financial data was ever in danger. So I don't think it's it's what he expected. But so he's in the back of the room darting from column to column. If you watch the whole thing, you'll see people start to look back like, what the hell's wrong with you, guy? But anyway, so I got this letter. Now that we got the background, he's not a Fed. He runs Libertarian Policy Institute. He's got like 2 now. One's a nonprofit. One's not. I don't really care. But we got 2 of them, because one was for Wayne and one was for me. First, the good. This is a very attractively done envelope. If this was actually a cause I supported, I would be impressed. And it actually is quite heavy. I haven't opened it yet. As you can see, I've saved both of them to open here, but it's a very attractive envelopes. So now let's see what's inside. But I have some props, and that's what I was waiting for before answering it. So, also to answer a question, people are saying, where did he get all of these addresses? And there's speculation that himself, perhaps a former staffer, downloaded CRM data and gave it to him. Perhaps. I don't know. I know how he got my address. And I think this is how he got most people's address. They don't realize this. If you were ever a delegate at a national convention, your address is on a delegate list. Any party member can request these delegate lists. They're public. There are thousands of addresses on there. Now, if you are a person who was never on a delegate list, either as an alternate or a delegate, and you don't think you gave your address to other organizations that may have sold your address, and you were just on the LP's list, I'd be very interested in hearing from you. But otherwise, I'm just going to assume he got these addresses from delegate lists. Certainly, that's how he probably would have gotten mine and Wayne's. To me, though, I wouldn't have wasted postage on Wayne and I. Like, vet your database a little bit. We're obviously not going to give money to your organization. And some quack asked, what if my address changed since then? There are services you can pay to clean your data. So if you put in a forwarding request for an old address, they can clean the data. It doesn't have to be a forwarding on your envelope. A lot of people don't know that. They can send the addresses to a data cleaning service who will then send them good addresses back. So I'm giving him every benefit of the doubt. But if you're positive he couldn't have gotten it any other way, I would really be interested in hearing from you. Okay. So, nice heavy paper. 1, 2. This is done like old style LP fundraising. I'm very curious how much money he is going to raise from this. You get Christmas cards from JBH from delegate lists. I know that's where he got those addresses. So we're going to look at this letter. And then this is a very attractive donation form. So, what I like about this donation form is how large the boxes are on the bottom. Like, there isn't a lot of small print. Very well done. And here, no postage necessary. Why, thank you, Nick. I will cost you postage because I will respond to your letter. We're going to get to that response in a minute. But let's see what it has to say here. Dear Karen Ann, okay, that is really interesting. Well, I mean, because normally these auto generation things, because my first name is not literally Karen Ann. Ann is my middle name. And it's not often that an auto generated letter will use your middle name. Most auto-generated letters I have say Dear Karen because that is my middle name. My first name is not Karen Ann. I just happen to use my middle name. So, are you tired of partisans fighting each other in Washington, D.C., running their mouths on television about the evils of the other side, but no one is talking about how to fix our country? Yeah, but I don't think you are, Mr. I got my Moderna vaccine, be sure to wear a mask, calling other libertarians Nazis. I don't think you're the one, but yes, I am in fact tired of that. Are you searching for a movement that brings regular people together to fix what is broken? I found that movement. It's the Libertarian Party. But okay, I'm glad you're concerned. Do you find most grassroots training programs cater only to the establishment? The radicals? Oh, did you know Nick started out as a flaming radical? I wish I could remember the name of his former blog, because if you can find it on the Wayback Machine, Nick actually used to be a flaming radical. But radicals, take note, because some of you radicals like Susan Hogarth are kissing NSArwark's ass now. Look at the shade you got thrown on in his little fundraising letter here. You are not alone. Americans across the country are fed up with the extremes and outrages. Well, I like my extreme. Abolish the state. Anyway, he gives a brief history. He started the Golden Spike Project, whatever that is. He's going to do more Golden Spike projects in Mississippi, New Jersey, Louisiana, and Virginia. Okay. They recruited candidates. Listen, I'm not going to throw shade on recruiting candidates. Okay, this is an educational nonprofit. Okay. So it's for candidate training. But he basically is training candidates to run against LP candidates. Which, cool, fine if you want to do that, but I'm not going to support that. Your gift will be counted as double because they have allegedly a donor that will match up to $25,000. Okay. I wonder who that is. I think I know who it is, but that's okay. All right. The letter wasn't terribly inspiring. I mean, you're recruiting candidates. That's great. You're training them. That's great. You're running them probably against LP candidates. Maybe not. But some of them at least you are. You certainly did in New Hampshire. But okay. So we're taking out the second envelope here as well. Now, somebody had said fill the envelope up with junk paper to add to more postage costs. That's somewhat of an urban legend. If you make it more than 2 ounces, it gets rejected. So I'm not going to do that because I want to be sure to cost him postage without having it rejected. So, I've seen some people's responses where, they put no thanks fed. I'm more than 10 minutes into my video, so I can cuss now. Write me back at eatadick@ratfuck.com and all of that. Well, you know what? I decided I wanted to be classier than that because I'm classy like that. So let's take these 2. But I am going to mail back him this letter, which will add weight because I know that at least that's not too heavy. So I will mail him this letter back. So here are the 2 responses. And I'll show you the prop I got. And this is just what I'm going to send back. I think he'll get the message. I don't think I even need to write anything. Now, some people were throwing this in the trash. Thank you for the super chat, Ryan. I really appreciate it. And I see how it came up on my screen. So I'm going to show you the props that I got. Again, classy, because, not going to cuss at him. I'm going to send him a visual of my disapproval. So, this is what's going to just go on the letter. And we'll send this back to Mr. NSArwark. So, we've got 6 of them. So, 3 per letter will be good. I think he'll get the message. What do you think? Yes, I did spend the time looking for this on Amazon and ordering it and wait for it to come in. It wasn't easy to find a no rat sticker. I almost was going to print out that fake Wikipedia entry that somebody photoshopped that defined what a rat fuck was and had a picture of Nick. But I decided no, I was going to stay classy. So, let's go in the envelopes here. So we're going to put his letter back in. And we're going to put our little rat friends back in here. And it wasn't a peely. Nick, aren't you scared that I might have COVID nasty cooties when I lick the envelope? Maybe I shouldn't. He sent it to me. It might be poisoned. Yeah, I'm not going to lick it. Yeah, someone's going to clip that out, and that's going to be totally taken out of context. I'm going to wet it with something else. And I don't mean something gross. But yeah, so these are now the exact same weight as he sent to me. I'm going to weigh it, though, to make sure it's not... You want to know what? I think this might be too heavy. So, I'm going to send it back with just the first page of his letter. I don't want to risk it being rejected. Yeah, this is definitely within the weight limit. Now, somebody else had said send it back with a penny because that will force the treasurer to have to report it. I have a feeling they would just lose that penny. So I'm not going to do that. But these 2 will be in tomorrow's mail. Thanks, Nick. I appreciate the show material. So tomorrow, we will be doing an LP News bonus, and that will finish January, February, March, April, whatever. And I've got another super chat. Thank you so much, Ryan. I truly appreciate it. And he said, please donate this to your re-election to LNC secretary and your dedication to the LP. I haven't decided if I'm rerunning. But I thank you for the donation for my dedication to the LP. I believe that people in office shouldn't even be thinking about the next term until like a couple months, because you got a job to do now. And I find that people who are thinking about re-election tend sometimes to be scared to make hard decisions that need to be made, because sometimes you have to make unpopular decisions that might cost you re-election, but it's the right thing to do. And you know, you might not always agree with what I do, but I do always do. I think that's way too many do's. What I think is the right thing to do. So these will go out tomorrow. Oh, I didn't even have any of my wine. I'm going to hang out for a few minutes to see if there's any other questions or comments. This is some sangria Wayne bought me. This is new. Let's see. It's good. It's good. So, just leaving it up for a few minutes. And again, tomorrow we're going to do these bonus episode, the bonus episode. Thursday, I do invite you to the bylaws committee meeting. It might be a little exciting. We've got a point of order that we're going to have to deal with. And hello, the system is down. All right. That's going to be it for this evening. I thoroughly enjoyed this. It looks like Bunchy enjoyed it as well. And I hope you all have a good night. And yes, yesterday's video is down. Some people wanted to see it because they wanted to see the gift from New Hampshire. Well, I was alerted to the fact that showing the gift from New Hampshire might cause my whole channel to be age restricted. So, not going to do that. I'm going to do a special Rumble video showing off the gift from New Hampshire. Those of you who know what it is, you know what it is. I've had it for a while, but people got a big kick out of it yesterday. But I did have to take that video down. But I will do, because Nolan asked me to, a bunch of New Hampshire people asked me to, I'll do a special Rumble only video that won't deal with LP history or anything. It'll just be showing off the gift from New Hampshire. So I do plan on doing that, and I will check your private message. My favorite ghoulish Republican troll, you. All right. I hope you have an awesome night, and bye-bye.
Take what you're given, that's how we live it. Don't be mad at the system, it's simply how we've existed. I hear a lot of people talking like they politicians and choose to be an accountant because it's safe in a business, not because they want to